piece of this. So, like as I was saying, it's 11:39 p.m. April 25th. So as I was saying, I'm a victim of a dehumanization and slander campaign. I'm also a victim of a RICO and organized crime syndicate and this poser fraud army who has been pretending my life is theirs and tried to murder me to cover it up. They're these pretended Illuminati people. But a piece of this is I'm a victim of this RICO illegal gambling ring, and then an army of poser fraud douche who tried to murder me to pretend my life was theirs. They were pretending my thoughts, my ideas, my data, etc. is theirs. Some retarded movie. I don't even know what they were doing, but they're pretending events in my life were theirs. A piece of this as well is I became a victim of implantation. I started learning that some of these people were involved in a global terrorist agenda. They were involved with organized crime and RICO. Some of them were investors in telepathy, implantation, human programming experiments, as well as economic espionage rings, IP theft rings, data theft, content theft. And they were selling this illegally and monetizing my data illegally. As I started learning more, I started reporting. So these people were trying to abuse me into silence, and they've been running these sexual slavery rings around me, as well as slavery rings, data theft, and IP theft rings, and exploiting me basically, big time. And it's unpaid servitude with exploitation, and they're all bent out of shape because they got being posers and frauds, so they tried to murder me. And then now they've been running these dehumanization campaigns and slander campaigns to try to make their severe crimes look okay, like I'm a less than, and it's all right to run these commit these crimes on me, and I shouldn't be owed anything because I'm a less than human. Because they've been running slavery campaign, they've been running slavery rings on me, sexual slavery rings. They've been firing WMDs at me. Some of them think I'm a target for target practice, and they fire these weapons at me to quote blow off steam. So that's another piece of this. But another piece of this is they've been trying to abuse me into silence about their sexual violence. They've been trying to abuse me into silence about their global terrorist agenda. They've been trying to abuse me into silence about their human rights and civil rights violations, their theft of IP, data, content, material, ideas, raps, guitar songs. For some reason, they have this delusion I'm responsible for their gambling debts and their poor business decisions. So a piece of this is they've been exploiting me and making money off of my life illegally, my life experiences, my ideas and data, and then using such to finance their gambling debts and poor business decisions, their investments in telepathy, their investments in implantation, their investments in a new age court system, these new age neurosurgeries, their investments in human programming, and then their gambling debts they've been incurring because I refused to help them rob people, basically. And I was like, you're fucking crazy. So for some reason, they think I'm responsible for debts they created for themselves, trying to rob people, and I'd refused to get involved with it. What I'm also finding out is there's a lot of people gambling with money that was never theirs in the first place that they stole. And then they even tried to murder me in 2018 to cover it up. And then there's some kid running around playing rich with money that was never his, a few kids. But now what they've been doing is they've been running these dehumanization campaigns to make their sexual slavery, their sexual violence, their sexual abuse, their psychological torture, their illegal weapons testing and use on me, trying to abuse me into silence look okay, look justified. He's a less than human. It's all right to practice slavery on him. He's a less than human. It's all right to perform sexual slavery on him. He's a less than human. It's all right to steal his money, his property, etc., etc., while controlling information between people, covering up information. They even pull these logging system hustles. If they pull a logging system hustle, always ask them, are you withholding evidence? Because that's 20 years in prison. That may be even considered interfering with an investigation, and that's life in prison. So they love to control information. These are some of the most selfish people you'll ever encounter in your life, and they actually think other people should be responsible for their debts and their crimes. So they actually run these dehumanization campaigns to justify this, and slander campaigns. They also like to hold people hostage and make money off of people and exploit them to pay off their debts they incurred because of their poor business decisions and their criminal behavior. So there's this army of douchebags who think I'm responsible for their gambling debts because they wanted to rob people. And then there's other people who think I'm responsible for their debts because of their poor financial decisions, like investing in telepathy and investing in implantation. And then reporting them to law enforcement because they implanted me illegally and were testing telepathy out on me illegally, human programming experiments on me illegally, implantation tech on me illegally, and they basically owe me every cent they've got. So they're mad at me because I didn't want to be murdered or get cancer and never agreed to this. And then another community of these people are trying to finance their debts through monetizing a device in my brain illegally without my permission. So that's another piece of this. So there's this army of douchebags pretending to be the Illuminati who have been stealing money from me, property, etc., attempting murder on me, stealing ideas worth billions of dollars, stealing data, and then making money off of my life and exploiting me and pretending my life experiences are theirs, and then making money off of it, committing exploitation. Some of these people even commit crimes on me and pretend to be victims of the crimes I'm a victim of, so they can then steal money for the crimes I'm a victim of. That's how disgusting they are. Like, there's a lot of people pretending they're the actual implanted guy when they're not, and then demanding money from these implantation people. Some of them are pretending to be the victims of the human programming experiments with telepathy, with these new age neurosurgeries, with the neuromodulation, the psychic driving, the other implantable devices, and then actually blackmailing or suing while pretending to be the victim to finance their pathological gambling habits and their debt. I mean, these are some of the most disgusting, most despicable people in the world. Like I said, they would steal from victims of the Holocaust. Some of these people are so disgusting that they'd be like investigators for the U.S. government and go to Nazi Germany, watch Jewish people being gassed and murdered, go to their homes, steal money, then report back to the U.S. government and say, oh, everything's fine, the Jewish people are psychotic. And so they don't have to report the money they stole. That's how disgusting these people are. I'm Alexander Sirianni, long black hair and a man bun, eyebrow ring, black mustache, black lower lip hair, black chin beard. They control information, so I have to say that. So wherever my screen's showing, they like to pretend my words are theirs, so they may use some imaging hustle and make me look like someone else. Those are some of the people involved in the slavery and exploitation ring. But yeah, it's 11:46 now, April 25th. But a big piece of this is these human rights and civil rights violator people are running these dehumanization campaigns and trying to make their severe crimes look acceptable. And that's evil people. Either way, whatever. You're pure evil, whoever you are. Yeah, quit talking shit. I'm waiting to pounce. Yeah, they're always waiting to pounce. There's some lunatic people literally stalking me 24/7, just waiting to manufacture, manipulate, and misrepresent. It's absolutely scary. They're literally holding me hostage with tech. But yeah, they've been running these dehumanization campaigns and slander campaigns to make theft of trillions of dollars look okay, trillions of dollars in crimes look okay, repeated sexual slavery, sexual violence, sexual assault, attempts of murder, and repeated psychological abuse, and frying a human being to death with radiation weapons, telepathy weapons, and neurophysiological weapons. And there's people who are actually getting behind this. And then there's other lunatics in America and outside of America actually putting money in these lunatics' hands who are running these dehumanization campaigns, who are involved with these gambling rings of violence and sexual violence, organized crime, and financing illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution, putting money in the hands of these people who are promoting and financing these bets of abuse, bets of violence, and it's just disgusting now. And they're still not in prison. And then they're even lying to Americans, lying to the press, and pretending that these people are arrested, pretending it's being resolved, pretending it's being handled, and it's not. So don't fall for bullshit. Praise Jesus.